Hello there. Welcome to my kitchen. What do I do as a retired chef? Teach what I know. So this is a little container. It's a specific name brand. You don't need a name brand. You could actually put your tips anywhere and anyhow you want. Of course, this is a little bit more organized because it has these individual placements. And I keep these other ones. These are for sizing the pin rolls for dough or fondant. Can you add anything else in there? Yes, of course, but that's what I do. Right here, obviously you can see the numbers. 233, just an example. 10, the smallest ones that I have is 000, which is 3 zeros. This is for really fine piping. You can barely see it right there. So do I know how to use all of these? Yes. Do I need all of them? No. Some of them can do the same thing. It's just the pressure that you put on it. For example, this one, which is a 16, does exactly the same as the 18. Let me place this. It's just because the opening is just a tiny bit bigger right there, right? And for example, I have these two. One is 4747, but one is Wilton and one of them is a different brand. Exactly the same, obviously from brand to brand, they, let me place it a little bit more down. From brand to brand, the opening, it's a little bit slightly different. Okay, this is Magic Gypsy. It was probably a gift. Sometimes people will give me stuff. And this is Wilton. And exactly the same. Just slightly different from even the inside is a little different. Now let me show you something. Even though it's a different brand, the coupler will fit mostly every brand. Let me see. This is a coupler and it will fit this tip. It's called Magic Tip and the Wilton tip. Now when my tips get damaged, I put pressure and I go around and it will readjust and fix your tip. Push, put pressure. The same thing, put pressure. If you feel you dent it or you damage it, just put pressure on it and twist around and it will help you take it back to a pretty nice circle if it's dented. Let me see if I have another example. Another example is the one that you can pipe the leaves, and it's a Wilton brand. You do the same thing. One, it's 104 and 102. It's just slightly different, right? But they'll do the same exactly thing. I'm gonna push it in and straight these out. See this one? It's not perfectly round right there, right? So let me see if you can see the example. It's kind of dented. There it is. So by pushing it in, I'm refixing and rearranging. Sometimes when you wash them, they'll get bent or dented. As long as they don't have rust inside, you should be good. I wouldn't recommend if they get rusty in a point. I would just recommend to replace them. And I just wanted to share with you as a retired chef what worked for me. Now let's see what I have in this box. I have the bigger tips. This is to pipe the cake. It's 2000. Now, does it have a specific number? No, sometimes you just order as a large tip. But this one is specifically to pipe the whole cake instead of using the spatula. Now, you do remember the new trend. Well, it's not new no more, but these flowers. I also have some of those. This is the Aztec brand that I was telling you. It's an 809. It does circles. No, there it is. Sorry. So I was saying it's the 809 Aztec. It does circles and all that. Another example, 825 Aztec. 828. If you can see, it's just a little bit more open, and it does exactly the same thing, just different size. Do you need all of this? No. I do keep a little pair of scissors, and this is for me to cut the bags, obviously the smaller bags, and I'll make another video of how to cut the other bags. Now these have little different teeth. This is 8D Wilton. They're meant to be like inside, more in than out. Let me put it on the side. I don't know if you can tell. This is more pointing out, and these are more pointing like towards the middle. I'll be piping with a couple of these and showing you. You do get addicted to all of these. Another example, the 2D Wilton versus the 8D Wilton versus the Aztec 838. These are 2D because they're like indented, and they make beautiful, beautiful piping. Do you need them all? No. Do you get addicted? Like I said, yes. Look at all these. They're ginormous. I really need to give you a little tutorial. This is also a Aztec 803. Now the reason that I prefer these two brands because they don't get rusty. Let me show you this one, Wilton. Almost the same size. This is a 12 and this is a 208. Can you get confused in the numbers? Yes, because every company I notice they manage their own numbers. Is it important to know all the numbers? No, it's not important. At the end of the day, you'll just use like a couple of pipings, not unless you're really deep onto cookies or deep onto other specific, like really articulated work in your cake decoration. So this is a 10 and a 12, right? So I want you to see, I do have another container. I'm hoping you can see. I'm not really good at adjusting my camera's angles. I'll pinky promise I'll try to learn. But I was going through my stuff. I was like, well, let me share this video. I haven't really uploaded much. I hope you enjoy. If you have any other questions. Now, is there bigger couplers? Yes, there is. Sometimes you can't find for this specific, but you can find for the 2D. Sometimes it do get a little yellow, but if you use any brand of those wipes to desanitize, I have this on hand, and no, they're not paying me for no commercial. Any of these brands, they'll come back to life. Or really hot water. I go over this once in a while with all of them. I'll clean them this way, and before using them, I'll re-clean them with hot water and just liquid soap. I'll let them soak there, put them to dry, and go to work. I only do classes now and samples. I really don't have orders like that no more. But once in a while, I'll go through everything and, start cleaning stuff. Well, I hope you enjoy this small tutorial, and don't stress of buying name brand stuff. Start with what you have, I suggest, and then eventually you can move on to better stuff, if you want to call it that way, or just gear that you feel that it's not just for playing but to have your small business.